Suppression of the revolt. The strategy of the British from the beginning was to limit the revolt. The Nizam of Hyderabad, the Begum of Bhopal and the King of Nepal came forward to help the British. Delhi was soon recovered under the generalship of General Nicholson. The Governor-General had to mobilize all his forces and place them under the command of his best commanders. They burnt down the villages and massacred people. They also resorted to public hangings and even blow people off at the mouth of the cannons. Rani Lakshmi Bai, Tantia Tope, Kunwar Singh, Bucks Khan all died in the battlefield, while Nana Sahib and Begum Hazrat Mahal escaped to Nepal. By the end of 1859, the British restored their rule and order. For them, it was as good as reconquest of India. Causes of the failure of revolt. Though the revolutionaries fought heroically, they did not have a unified command and were unable to organize a unified front. The whole of India did not join the uprising. Large parts of the western and southern India remained unaffected. The Sikhs, the Gorkhas and the Rajputs remained loyal to the British and even helped them actively. The upper class, the modern educated class and the estate class were critical of rebels, fearing that the success of revolt would revert India to backwardness. Lack of modern weapons and equipment was also a factor for the failure. The British Army was well equipped and trained. Poor organization and lack of coordination also contributed to their defeat, as they did not know what should replace the British institutions. Effects of the revolt. The long period of misrule by East India Company came to an end, and the administration was taken over by the British Crown. Queen Victoria was proclaimed as the Empress of India. The Board of Control and Board of Directors were replaced by the Secretary of State for Indian Affairs. The rule of the Mughals and Peshwas came to an end. The Governor-General was given the title of Viceroy and was subordinated to the Secretary of State. The Queen's Proclamation of 1858 assured Indian princes that there would be no more annexation of territories. Their rights of adoption were also accepted. According to this proclamation, more educated Indians got the chance to associate themselves with the administration of the country. The need of cooperation with the Indians was fully realized. The army was reorganized to prevent further revolts. The proclamation also granted general pardon to all except those found guilty of murdering the British. After the suppression of the revolt of 1857, armed rising against the British continued. It broke out in different parts of the country. The Wahhabi movement, the Kuka movement and tribal revolts broke out, but all of them were ultimately crushed. These movements represented the demands not only of a section, community or region, but the entire nation, and it united the Indians into one entity as nothing else had been done before. The revolt of 1857 was one of the major landmarks in the history of India. The heroic struggle served as a constant source of inspiration. Indians' perception of themselves and their country was to change the history of India forever. Trivia: Mangal Pandey's treachery had made him quite infamous among the British, so much so that a new English word, Pandey, was born in English language, which has been derived from his surname, and it means traitor. Although it was quite colloquial in those days, it has slowly become obsolete.